Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we'll be taking some Ramp Scout into the ladder. The deck list is what you can see on screen, and if you haven't noticed yet, we are not including a very popular card that's been used as a win condition in Ramp Scout for a while. We are testing the Hist Grove-less Ramp Scout. Obviously, this was how Scout was played in Ramp form before Hist Grove was released, and to make up for it, we're playing 3 copies of Bone Colossus in addition to TES, some additional threats that have been taken out that we can sort of play earlier, and should allow us to fight for the board a little bit more adequately against a lot of these faster decks like Sorcerer and stuff. We are maintaining the ramp package of 3 Tree Minders and 3 Thorn Hist Mage, despite not having the Hist Grove to get up to 15 Max Magicka, or to need to get up to 15, just because they're going to be really powerful cards. I think they can get us to turn 5 plays earlier, for example, Tree Minder and a Hist Mage. It just really helps you get the cards like Bone Colossus on board that much earlier. And we can function sort of as a mid-range deck with a bunch of threats that other control decks shouldn't be able to handle if we queue up against one of those. Looks like we're up against Battle Mage first. 2 options. It's either going to be aggro or Merrick Battle Mage. We should be able to figure out which one it is within the first couple turns of the game. That is a pretty aggressive play. And that's definitely good news, because Merrick Battle Mage, you could also just call it Atromancer Battle Mage. Ramp Scout, one of a few decks that has a very, very difficult time dealing with Supreme Atromancer. This version might have a little bit less of a hard time than the one with focusing on Hist Groves, but still, do not want to play against Supreme Atromancer if I can help it. That isn't to say that this deck that we're playing against right now couldn't be running Supreme Atromancer as well at the top end of the curve. So yeah, we're just going to see how this goes. We should be pretty good against aggro. Traditionally, that's been the case. We have about... Do we have 9 prophecies, I think? I think it's 9. I'm pretty sure it's 9. Yeah. Yeah, 3 Fighters Guild, 3 Werebat, and 3 copies of, what's it called? Black Sap Protector. There we go. I know the names of the cards, I promise. So here we see the Tree Minder coming in clutch. Should be able to trade 1 for 1 with the 3/1, block 3 damage from going face. Allow us some more flexibility going forward. It's always nice to follow this up with Thorn Hist Mage, but we haven't drawn one yet. But just getting to the turn where this is a guard, just getting to the turn where we can play like a really big threat and follow it up with Snake-Tooth Necklace. These are just important things. And we are only playing 2 Snake-Tooth at the moment. I've played a little bit less full aggro decks recently. Obviously this is an exception. So that's one of the cuts I made for Malefic Wreath, which is another good card against aggro, but traditionally it's mostly going to be good against Daggerfall Mages, which I don't think this deck is necessarily playing. So we have Murkwater Witch. It's a pretty good draw. There's not a whole lot of uses we can get out of Finish Off. So we can immediately clear the board if we want to go Murkwater Witch, and, well, we couldn't, like, totally clear the board. We can go Murkwater Witch, finish off on this trade there. Yeah. Or we could trade here, finish off, and play Murkwater Witch on the right to block this, as opposed to killing it and killing this. It doesn't really change anything because Murkwater Witch dies immediately, so let's just play it over here, and if he goes for 2, he only has 2 damage on board instead of 3. So we're still at 25. He only has 1 thing on board that should be able to die immediately. Not quite that lucky. Still in a pretty good spot though. Alright, so 1 more of those and he's going to be able to break his own rune and draw a card. Giant Snake can stall for a bit of time. I'm trying to think about what I do next turn. You'd only be able to deal 2. That's good. If we snake in the right, that's the only thing we have to play, though. Next turn, we probably want to guard and play a 2-drop. We're sacrificing 5 life from this. It's just going to be able to get in that many attacks. Other plays, we could just play 2-drop and 4-drop and set up, but then this could get lightning bolted, and that would be an issue. Yeah, I think we're just going to snake. Otherwise, we take like 9 damage or something, and it's just insane. Like 7 plus 2 pings from this. Yeah, it's too much damage. Just a bit too much damage. Alright, Wreath is a super efficient draw here. I was thinking I might have to sacrifice my plan and go for a Shadowfen Priest on the Relentless Raider, but Malefic Wreath is just what the Doctor ordered. So we can Wreath, we can favorably trade, and we can develop our guard. And again, we have sort of gotten rid of his board, and we're still pretty high life total. If he is playing Atromancer, it wouldn't come down for a couple turns. Doesn't look like he's holding it or anything. Fate Weaver could be annoying. Just don't be another Fate Weaver. Alright, he still can't trade into my 6/6 entirely. So now we just have to deal with the left. Every time you think you've dealt with a lane, they just move in this deck. So the 3/1 is fragile and unnecessary anyway. I think we're going to trade that in and keep the 6/6 at full health, which makes it really hard to deal with because he's already used a cast out, for example. I think I want to... Well, the Fighters Guild recruit's just going to die to the 2/2. Unfortunate there. I could also silence this and just take 2 damage off the board and set up a way to trade. I could just play Thieves Guild first, see what I draw. Thieves Guild, Windkeep, Fighters Guild. Like, I still have a trade there, but I take 2 more damage that way. But I get to keep my silence. I wonder if the 2 more damage is relevant. Puts me at 11 instead of 13. I think it's fine. We could draw well, too. Let's do this. Okay, I mean, that's definitely a good thing to reduce.
Greetings.
Pretty sure I have to take it a bit slower. And just play my double 2s, though.
If I fall, my arcane spirit, this tank will be mine.
Yeah. If we can clear the board this turn, we should just be able to drop Blood Magic Lord. But yeah, we're just basically waiting for Werebat, for Snake Tooth Necklace. Second cast out's a little
I
annoying.
have no fear of you, cowardly skeever.
Honor and blood.
Interesting attack order, I guess. Alright, it's not the Werebat I wanted, but it's a Black Sap that I'll take.
The forest is my strength and my courage.
So we have a favorable trade, we have an even trade. That's if I want to play Blood Magic Lord this turn, because obviously I could just like, I could just even trade. I mean, I could just leave the 2/2. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd like to draw more cards. Blood Magic Lord getting Relentless Raider, getting Raised Dead into Relentless Raider, or into Afflicted Elite, I mean, could be pretty bad. I think I just play Blood Magic Lord this turn.
Now you will see real power.
There's Raised Dead, so that is a little bit risky. And there shouldn't be charges. Most of the damage should just be in the form of actions. So I will just triple trade and make sure everything's clear. I don't want to leave Relentless Raider because then Lightning Bolt deals 5 instead of 4, and that's annoying. If he plays anything in this lane, I kill it with Blood Magic Lord. If he plays anything in that lane, I can already have a guard against it first of all, so he's unlikely to do so. Looks like he's conceded. We didn't even need to draw Snake Tooth Necklace. Feels good. Alright, that was a pretty quick one. Usually is when you can stabilize early against aggro, so let's do another one. The rank seems to be fixing itself, I don't know. It says I dropped from like 6 to 12 in a day without playing, which is weird because I was like 15 for days on end without playing, but it is getting closer to accurate. Maybe it just fixed itself overnight or something. Not entirely sure. This is probably somewhat close to the correct rank at the very least. For those of you who are following the saga of what Vigil Bug is next from the last video where we were inexplicably top 5 with Token Spell Sword. For the record, no games have been played since that video until this video, so that's, you know, the questionable moment. Is that, you know, you're like 13 or 12 or something, whatever we are. So yeah, so the last... Oh, it's always funny too, because the estimated wait times when they're larger, it's actually just overestimated and you get really fast queues, but sometimes when they're short like this, we might have to wait for a while. So we definitely don't want to play against... We'd be fine against another aggro deck, but for the sake of the video, I wouldn't mind playing against a control deck, so we get a varied perspective here. No idea what he's playing. Because cards like the Bone Colossus are going to be good mostly against like Control Spell Sword or something. Hey! Maybe it's token, though. Maybe he saw the video and he really wants to play token spell sword. I wish I could know, because Fighters Guild recruit's so good against 5th Legion Trainer. But I think this is just the appropriate way to go. Maybe we just keep it anyway. We have this, and, I mean... Kept one card. Just one card. And this is ideal. This is going to be ideal. We'll ship. We'll ship. We'll get it back. Yeah, Thieves Guild in this deck especially, because we took out Hist Grove for Bone Colossus. We saw it last game, it reduced the Bone Colossus. There's just so many different things we can reduce, in addition to the already present value on the card.
The longer the odds, the sweeter the victory.
Yeah, that's occasionally a card in Spell Sword control. We'll just trade 1 for 1 with the Blacks up, I think. Seems fine. Or attempt it.
The forest is my strength and my courage.
Always interesting to see what 2-drops are played in which control spell swords. If it is control. Definitely not going to finish it off. Do we just offer the same trade with the Black Sap? I think it's fine.
The forest is my strength and my courage.
And there's not really a particular reason to hit early in this matchup, I could think, unless it is token. In which case I do want to start denying Golden Saint. Alright, so finish off could be good here. Guess we should probably play Thieves Guild along with it.
What have we here? My scales move in shadow.
Teach you to mess with me.
Pretty good finish off. Traded our floater and 1 card into his Hive Defender. Restless Templar. Could be dealt with the Wreath. I think I'm probably just gonna play Spell Sword to contest. Preserver on the right. We could hit for 1 if he's gonna be healing anyway, yeah. I think that's fine. He can't Lightning Bolt, so this should be able to grow. And it's Magicka efficient. Next turn we just do something involving Hist Mage. The turn after that we can play, start playing our threats like Blood Magic Lord. Looking for Bone Colossus in this matchup because it's very good against the deck for about the same reasons that Atramancer's good against the deck. Sometimes lucky, seems good. So we can hit the Templar, Hist Mage, and the... We could even play Hist Mage in the left if we're okay with the Night Shadow attacking over it. It would definitely be better value to get the Fighters Guild trade, though. Definitely. I don't want to play Bone Colossus when he can just 1 for 1 with the Bone Colossus itself. So yeah, let's just do this. He heals. We could decide to start getting aggressive more in this deck than in other versions of the deck. So we have more threats. We'll try to take this trade, I think. Next turn we get to decide which of our threats we play. We don't want to overcommit too much to a lane. These are already threatening by themselves, so just going to leave him there until he finds a way to clear, because I'm worried about Dawn's Wrath to a degree. Right now he's got to answer this. Alright, that eating a jab is totally fine, given how many things are Javelin worthy in the deck.
I will be your shell and keep you safe.
Is he debating trading his Night Shadow into the Fighters Guild? I think he was debating it. Well, if I use double Wreath... If I use double Wreath, I can clear, keeping my, my 2-2 alive. A full clear, keeping my 2-2 alive. I don't get to develop anything else, so I have Bone Colossus Blood Magic in hand, this and this on board against his 4 cards in hand. I don't know. I'm not loving it, but there's not like a good place to play Blood Magic Lord. Hopefully this is fine. I don't want to play it over there.
Chaos take you.
Just take the value we know we can get.
Confound you.
He's going to be healing anyway. Yeah. Okay. Corpse Curse could actually be good if we try to turn on the pressure and race. Lone Colossus Corpse Curse might only be weak against something like Immolating Blast. Bring into 9 his own Blood Magic Lord, maybe? Because that's also a good Corpse Curse target. A lot's probably going to come down to what he got off of that. I think I just Corpse Curse it. I can hit for like 6, but I probably shouldn't hit past that.
By Arcade's beard, this stake
Yeah,
will
I
be
don't want the Blood Magic or the Bone Colossus to die immediately, so
Your blood will feed my magic.
yeah, we can do that. We could preemptively Wreath to the left, but it seems a little obvious. He'll just kind of know that we're setting up for the trade, maybe execute my 2-2, whereas otherwise he'd leave it there. Javelin number 2, not great for me, but definitely better than if it was a Manacora. Tree Minder among the worst draws, unfortunate. So he has Blood Magic Spell, 2 other cards.
Thorns and claws. The waters of life.
If we can double trade these 2 in, that'll be good. Double Malefic Wreath against a class that doesn't have access to Daggerfall Mage. Yeah, unfortunately Corpse Curse. I mean, it denied a Blood Magic spell, hopefully. If he can silence, though, he's going to be able to get another one, but we have to deal with it in you know, eventually, regardless. And we don't have Javelins, we don't have Manicoras in the deck. We have to kind of rely on our dudes to do the dirty work. Yee.
Your blood will feed my magic. Your power.
That helps. That helps
All
things.
right, men, on me.
I live to serve.
Alright, so we definitely need to Wreath that. And if we Wreath that as well, we can just trade there. Wreath, trade. Hist Mage. And obviously, we're just going to triple trade over here. He has 2 Blood Magic spells, though. That's so many. That's so many, unless they're both just Drain Life. But if they're both Drain Life, of course, I need to clear as much as possible, too. Need to do this first. I can't just leave that. Yeah, that's too much damage. So I have to use this Wreath. I could have left Tullius, but that's also not good.
Confound you. Now you will see real power.
3 Blood Magic spells. That is a lot. I mean, he did get 2 out of the first one, so it's kind of reasonable. I'm feeling like he would have played Raise Dead. I'm feeling like that's the case. If I play over here, I can maybe take a favorable.
Now you will see real power.
The Night Mother will die.
That claws.
Yeah, I guess I do this. The trades are just way better, yeah. Trades are way better if I don't take this terrible double trade. Because then I can trade with the 5-5 there and trade my 5-5 into the 4-4 or something like that. But I mean, he has 2 more blood magic spells.
You cannot hope to outrun.
And apparently a Marok. God, his hand is just straight up fire. Yep, this one's unfortunately unwinnable. Yeah. So traditionally, Control Spell Sword is the deck with the much better late game, even though we didn't see Manicoras. Fortunately for us, we had the Double Bone Colossus, but unfortunately, he drew Double Blood Magic Lord, and he got 2 procs off of one of them. Marok just sort of sealed the deal there. So in theory, we should be able to do better than if we were relying on Hist Groves, but the late game Spell Sword is still a huge problem for the deck. So something to take into consideration if you decide to try a version of Ramp Scout on the ladder. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave some comments, follow, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed for other highlights, strategy videos, deck techs, etc. Stay tuned for future videos. Let me know in the comments if there's a deck you'd like to see me play in one of these, and I will see you guys next time.